How were your discipline styles different from other parents because of attachment parenting?
Discipline is a funny word because most people, when you think of discipline, they think punishment. And that couldn't be farther from the truth. Discipline is not about punishment. Discipline is training. It is learning. It is establishing patterns, whether they're good or bad. And that's something that I learned very early, is that it's not about punishment. You know, if you just wait for your kids to make mistakes and then punish them, that's not discipline. That's punishing. And so discipline is training and teaching your kids how to be productive human beings, and how to respect other people, and how to, you know, be responsible for their own actions. You know, it's discipline is making the punishment fit the crime, if there is one. You know, I can remember one time somebody, I don't remember who, probably Spencer, had gone into the bathroom and just made a humongous mess with shampoo everywhere. And so it's all about, for me, attachment parenting was all about natural consequences. So rather than going in there and yelling at him and spanking him and sending him to his room, I said, that's a really big mess. You're going to have to clean that up. What are we going to do? So I sent him in there and he had to clean it up. So he used every single towel in the house to clean up the shampoo. So then we have a new problem. There's no towels. So I said, well, good, you cleaned up your mess, but now we've got all these towels. What are we going to do now? So Spencer had to, and I think he was 4, he had to carry by himself. I stood there and directed, but he had to carry all of the towels through the whole house to the washer, and then he had to wash them, and then he had to dry them, and then he had to fold them. I helped him and put them away, and it became this huge, like, all day ordeal. And the point was made, don't do that again. And it wasn't me getting in his face and being ugly. It was, you made a big mess. You need to take responsibility for this. And then these are the steps that we're gonna go down to, you know.
So it's not just teaching discipline, it's teaching responsibility as well.
Well, discipline is responsibility. That's my point. I mean, when you say I have great discipline, I say that about myself. I have great discipline. I work at a hamburger place and I don't weigh 300 pounds. That's good discipline. Because, you know, I'm very meticulous about different things. It's discipline is about control, and it's about knowing your limits, and it's about being responsible. It's not just about punishment. It's positive things too, and I think a lot of parents lose that. They think discipline is, you know, spare the rod, spoil the child, and that's the end of it. That, to me, is very lazy parenting. It's a lot more work to be an attachment parent because it's a lot more thinking. It's a lot more creativity. It's a lot more involvement. It's a lot more, like Spencer said, not plopping your kids in front of the TV, but being involved in their lives. I mean, you know, you guys do stuff on the computer and on TV and things like that, but at the same time, I'm very involved in your lives. I don't go to every school function, but I know what's going on with you. And that's the difference. You know, I may not be at every track meet. I may not be at every Scholars Bowl meet or whatever, but I am very involved in you, and I know what's going on with you, and there's I think that's the difference. You know, it's a lot more work, so, but it's worth it.
Whenever we get in trouble, how are some ways that our parents teach us and discipline us that are different than what some of your friends have told you?
Well, if we get in trouble, we'll either be sent to our room every once in a while, or we'll be grounded from one thing. Or
we talk.
Yeah, we
Talk
about it.
what we did, why we did it, and like what could you do instead of doing this.
And other people, they just punish them. They don't matter about what happens or what it'll impact on their life. They just punish them. But yeah.
Like they ground them even if they like accidentally come home like at 5 minutes late from a friend's house, they might like get grounded for that. Stuff like that.
What are some ways that our parents discipline us differently than other people's parents do?
They make us talk about what we did and what really motivated us to do it. Like, if, say, someone in our family punched our younger brother, we would have to say why. Even if it was a good reason why, they'd have to discipline us somehow, and so they'd make us apologize and do something nice for them, or make them feel better, kiss their boo-boo, all that jazz.